Hi, I'm Tim Tyler from Coldwell Banker Realty in Maplewood, New Jersey, and I'm here with the next installment of my summer market update. A little while ago, I reached out on Facebook, reached out to a few of my clients and said, hey, what questions do you have about the market this summer? And now I'm taking the opportunity to answer some of those questions. And today's question is, what exactly does it mean to waive appraisal or inspections? Well, as you might guess, this means two very different things. And we'll start with the appraisal. When the seller asks you to waive appraisal, that's actually not something you personally can do. If you're waiving the appraisal, that's something that's entirely up to your lender, unless you're buying cash. However, what the seller really might be asking is, are you willing to cover any shortage between your offer price and the appraised value? Essentially what this means is, if say a house you made an offer at say $700,000 and the bank says it's only appraising for $675. It's a $25,000 difference. What the seller is saying is, with your down payment, are you willing to cover that $25,000 difference? Well, a couple things to think about here. First of all, if you're doing a conventional mortgage with 20% down or 25% down, there's a pretty good chance that with what you're already putting down, the bank will allow you to go forward by using that down payment money, that part of that down payment, to cover the shortage. If, on the other hand, you're doing an FHA mortgage, that's completely out of the question. They absolutely do not permit waiving of appraisal value or covering it. So essentially, when they ask you to waive the appraisal, they're saying no FHA mortgages. The other item of this is, at this point in time, despite the fact that prices have gone up fairly steeply, I'm seeing very few homes that don't appraise at or very near the offer price. So this is generally not a really big item, but it's important for you to understand what's being asked. Essentially, they're asking if you have enough money to cover any shortage in your down payment for a difference between your offer price and the appraised value. Inspections, on the other hand, are completely different. They may be asking you either to waive or limit inspections. And here I will say, first off the bat, unless you're a contractor who knows you're coming in and basically gut renovating the place, you should never waive inspections. However, in this market, it's pretty much a given that you're going to need to limit your inspections. By that I mean, you're going to limit any requests that you have after your inspections to those items that pertain immediately to structural and health and safety factors. So, an example, if there's an oil tank in the ground outside, that's an environmental or health safety issue that has to be addressed. On the other hand, if, let's say, the sellers had moved the clothes washer and dryer to one of the upstairs bedrooms, essentially turning it into a laundry room on the second floor, and you're like, we'd actually rather have that as a bedroom, we're going to ask the sellers to move the washer and dryer back to the basement. That is not a health and safety or environmental issue or structural issue. That's what we're talking about when we say limiting your requests. Don't like the tile in the entry foyer? That's not going to be an issue that you're going to be able to bring to them. The main beam of the house is sagging and there's major structural damage as a result. That would be something that would be covered. So, when we look at waiving appraisals, what we're really talking about is, are you going to be able to cover any difference between the appraised value and the offer value? We're talking about inspections. Really here, what you're going to look at is, you want to limit your inspection requests to those things that are immediate and serious health and safety and structural defects. I'm Tim Tyler from Coldwell Banker Realty in Maplewood, New Jersey. Stay tuned for the next episode or installment of our summer market update.